cultures came along for 1,000 years describing what this physical world was made up of. You know, the primitive Aboriginal races said that we are the animals are us, and they had a very integrated involvement with nature. That's because they couldn't see nature like we could see it. They lived inside it. The fish doesn't see the water it swims in. So they were very sensitive to nature and its rhythms, but probably they wouldn't articulate it the way we do. Writing allowed us to articulate it, and printing, and later enhancing the detached eye. The eye is a detached medium. Tribal people are tactile and acoustic. They dance their life. So the models that cultures come up with are human-made, man-made. And those models become what we think is reality, what we call culture. All that we make, our models, is second nature. So there's first nature given, then humans make second nature. Well, we've come to the point where this physical body, this physical nature, is dominated by a model coming out of Western science of the last 150 years. I call it the chemical body. So when I talk about the first nature body, which we might call physical body, I call it the chemical body because I'm acknowledging that the model we created, the second nature image, we're imposing on it. Our bodies may not be what science says it is in total. We seem to agree we got DNA, genes, proteins, electrons, skin, muscles, and brain matter, and all that science says we are. Other cultures, though, resist that. They do not limit their model, their second nature made model of what our bodies are made up of. So they include chi, like the Chinese, or they include the chakras, like the Hindus, I guess, and the Asian religions, and other things. And then the shaman cultures, who knows what they have, but it's different, right? They take ayahuasca and use that as the model what they are. All right? Now, the chemical body, substitute for the physical body, and the astral body are given. Our technology has evolved that we have created the chip body, which is the digital landscape, and we can really explore that. And you never know what spam or email or images are going to be sent to you. It's a chaotic world. It's not like the TV world. TV was chaotic when it was a medium, a hidden medium in the 50s, 60s, having effect. But it got subsumed by the chip landscape, the chip body, chip technology, the digital world. Therefore, the TV becomes a secure place, something you fall back into and rest, like your body. So if you think of, in first nature, we love to explore other dimensions, usually only monks do it, but people do want to get out of the physical body. So the exploratory aspects of the astral body are where the new and interesting and unfamiliar happens. And when you come back from astral traveling, you rest in your body. You actually like being back in your body. It's stable. You eat an apple or something. You're not confronting whatever you confront in the astral body. Think of the chip body as a human-made miming simulation of the astral plane that first nature made. And when you travel, you work all day in the chip world, at least the industrialized countries do, super post-industrialized, you're dealing with all that chaos and trying to email and phone and call you, phone disconnect, call back, all that crap. You want to rest when you go home, if you do go home. So you rest and you sit back and become a coastal potato and watch the old TV landscape. That's why Fox News takes over. Fox wakes up the hologram of TV imagery and says, this is reality, this is the way it is. But if you actually look at it, it has no scientific, literate, factual stuff going on. But it's providing a hologram to rest in. That's the popularity. It's like the most hyper-American version of the TV body or landscape. So, the chip body is parallel to, as the chip body is to the TV body, the astral plane is to the physical or chemical body. So there's the ratios. So we juggle. So we've been imitating first nature with our second nature, and at this point, we've got the chip body and TV body, which serve the function of exploring and relaxing back, couch potato, right? You can think of the TV body as analog media, one-way broadcasting. The chip body is interactive, multi-directional, and you've got to interact. You can't just pass. You can be, but people will stop emailing you. You'll lose your job, right? Right. You don't respond. So that's the four bodies.
Okay. And what's the fifth?
The fifth body is the landscape that we've been excavating since we began. I call it the mystery landscape. 200 years ago, people didn't know that there was a TV body coming to be added to them, or a chip body. They just thought whatever they thought back then. The adding of new information and new landscapes is what we now know about the mystery landscape. I won't say it's a mystery body because we don't know what it is. So the fifth body is the mystery landscape we're still exploring, still finding out what it's made up of. And we probably got a lot of future surprises coming. So the mystery body is the fifth body, but can't talk about it. But I'm acknowledging that the four bodies may not be everything we can know about what we are. This sounds pretty articulate to me. Sounds pretty logical. How's it sound to you, Morgan? Common sense?
It's pretty common sense. I think
Once you understand it, it makes sense, right? It's your experience.
I think so. I don't know. I think that most people, I think that's with the advent of psychoactive drugs. I think people are taking them because they don't feel whole.
Right.
And you're saying if you fundamentally can agree that you're not whole, then maybe you could reconcile with yourself about the aid of pharmaceuticals.
Or you could use them. That's not bad. Not bad. That's good. Krishnamurti said, no, it's good you said it, because Krishnamurti, who was a great, quote, religious thinker, he said the truly religious spiritual person is incomplete. Now that's accurate. I mean, you realize that you are incomplete, you can handle it.
Yeah.
After searching and trying to complete yourself for who knows how many lifetimes or how much in one lifetime, real maturity would be, I'm incomplete. So what?
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. Like people say, nobody's perfect. that's a popular version of Krishnamurti's wisdom.
Nobody's perfect, life's not fair, have some pills.
Yeah. And have the right to not take the pill.
Exactly.
And know that there'll be a political battle over who gets the right to do what, respond or not respond. That's always being worked out. All social identity is based on violence. So you'll always see groups fighting each other about what they are. Okay, and that's complexified when you bring the ship body in. Now, your thing about that. Oh,
That thing that God.
television is a psychedelic experience because it extends
It's
your
a fourth dimensional, like you're saying, it's a grid. It's controlling the reality and how
But it's
people
not-
perceive the world.
Now that's important. It's a grid, and you're shaping it, but it's not visible. It's not touchable. It's not smellable. Electricity is something that we know is there. We see the effects, but we don't know what it is. McCool said that electricity is an extension of our central nervous system, or the tactile part of our brain, the thing that's not a sense but integrates the senses to make coherent consciousness. The thing that integrates but is not a sense, can't be any sense, we've extended that with electricity. It integrates things, so things work, and we don't know what it is. We can't see it.